To the dramatic rescue of that American caver, Mark Dickey. He is recovering in a hospital in Turkey after finally being brought to the surface early Tuesday. He spent 12 days trapped thousands of feet underground after falling seriously ill during an expedition. Rescuers carried him out on a stretcher through narrow passageways, installing rope to hoist him up vertical shafts. Nearly 200 experts from around the globe were involved in the mission. Among them was his partner and fellow caver, Jessica Van Ord, who joins us now. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we're so glad that Mark is on the mend. You're actually right outside the hospital where he's recovering. When did you last speak to Mark, and how's he doing?
Mark is doing great. We're very happy to be here. The hospital is taking such good care of us, and we're so appreciative to the Turkish government and all of Turkey for being good to us right now.
Well, Mark said he experienced gastrointestinal bleeding and vomiting thousands of feet below ground. Have doctors pinpointed what caused this, and what are they saying about his condition?
Doctors are working on it. Mark is healthy right now and doing well. He's able to sit up, talk. He's back to his usual self. So they'll look more into the cause, but more details will be coming.
All right, we're looking forward to getting those. And like Mark, you're an experienced caver yourself. You were by his side when he fell ill. What went through your mind when you first realized what was going on down there?
So I'm a paramedic, and you always hear the term black tarry stool. And when I saw it, I knew immediately we were dealing with internal bleeding. And Mark needed to first get back to camp safely, and unfortunately under his own power, because we were just a small group at that time. And we just had to keep our eyes on what was happening and make sure we were planning and acting appropriately.
And Mark said that he thought he wasn't going to make it out alive. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, while he was thinking that, I was on my way back to him. I had climbed up to 500 meters. I couldn't reach the surface on the phone, so we climbed all the way out 1,000 meters, and we needed to wait for medication. And unfortunately, during the wait, there's not much you can do. It's just knowing he's bleeding the whole time is it's a lot. You have to stay positive.
And I know at one point you had to make a very tough decision because you had to leave Mark's side to find medical help. How difficult was that for you to do that? And what were the last words you said to him before you left?
I was ready to leave him immediately because I knew we had to get the ball rolling if there was going to be a rescue and to have his treatment started. So I knew he was in good hands, and I think I just said one last hug before I go.
Well, and I'm glad you were sure. I know you were glad to hug him when he came out of the cave. And now, this cave, for those who don't know, I'm not an experienced diver, a cave diver as you two are, but the cave is very deep. It said very narrow at points. It's very difficult to navigate. Can you describe what rescuers were up against?
So 1,000 meters is a huge landmark even for a regular caver. Everyone who went in there had incredible amounts of training and familiarity with the cave environment. So this cave is slightly wet, so you're walking through water, your ropes will be wet, your walls will be wet. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes the walls are clean washed rock. And yeah, it's a great place. Honestly, if you are a caver, you're just a regular person who appreciates the beauty of the underground. And it's a place where you can push your limits and do research, find new species, find new passages, find where the water goes inside the earth.
Yep. And you know, you waited above ground for Mark to be rescued. We heard what you said before you left him. So when he first came out, when you first saw him, when he was rescued, what were the first words you said to each other when you were reunited?
I don't remember. I think I barely got to talk to him. He was whisked away by all the doctors, and the Turkish government was in charge at that point.
Well, we hope you get a chance to go see him today. And Jessica, thank you so much for joining us, and please send our best to Mark, and we hope he has a full recovery. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and if everyone could please donate to the GoFundMe. This is entirely funded by cavers. Rescuers went through hundreds of dollars of personal gear, and for some countries, that's an entire week's salary. So we really hope to help everyone recoup their costs.
All right, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you, Jessica.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.